Hello guys, how are you? My name is Suhaib. I hope you subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button. Let's start. I bet you didn't know about the unsolved mystery of Linda Slaten.
The air hung heavy and still. It was a humid September night in 1981. Cicadas buzzed, their song a constant drone in the darkness. Inside her modest apartment, Linda Slaten slept, unaware of the danger lurking outside her window. She was a single mother, working hard to provide for her two young sons. Life hadn't been easy, but Linda was a fighter. She had dreams, aspirations for herself and her boys. Little did she know, this night would be her last. The following morning, the sun rose on a scene of unimaginable horror. Linda was found inside her apartment. She had been brutally murdered. The tranquility of the apartment complex was shattered, replaced by the piercing wail of sirens and the hurried whispers of neighbors. News of Linda's death spread like wildfire, leaving a trail of shock and disbelief in its wake. The community was shaken to its core. Who could commit such a heinous act? Fear wormed its way into the hearts of residents, turning neighbors into strangers, each one eyeing the other with suspicion. The question burned on everyone's mind. Who killed Linda Slaten? Linda Slaten was more than just a victim. She was a beacon of strength and resilience, a woman who faced life's challenges head-on. She was a daughter, a sister, a friend. Her family was her anchor, providing her with a sense of belonging and love. Most importantly, she was a mother, fiercely devoted to her two young sons. Her love for them was the driving force behind everything she did. Linda's life had been marked by both joy and hardship. She faced each moment with grace and courage, never letting the hardships overshadow the joy. She had known love and loss, experienced the soaring highs of dreams realized, and the crushing lows of hopes dashed. Each experience shaped her, making her the strong woman she was. Linda had married young, her heart filled with hopes for a bright future. She dreamed of a life filled with love, happiness, and stability. She and her husband started a family, welcoming two beautiful boys into the world. Their arrival brought immense joy and a sense of new beginnings. But like many marriages, theirs was not without its struggles. They faced numerous challenges, testing their bond and commitment to each other. Differences grew, communication faltered, and eventually, the love that had once bound them together unraveled. The dreams they had built together began to crumble. Linda found herself facing the daunting prospect of starting over, rebuilding her life as a single mother. It was a challenging and uncertain time, but she was determined to make it work. Despite the challenges, Linda remained resilient. She faced each day with determination, never losing sight of her goals. She was determined to provide her sons with a happy and stable home. Their well-being was her top priority, and she worked tirelessly to ensure they had everything they needed. She worked tirelessly, juggling multiple jobs to make ends meet. Her days were long and exhausting, but she never complained, knowing it was all for her sons. Her sons were her world, her reason for getting up each morning and facing the day with unwavering determination. They were her source of strength and motivation. Linda dreamed of a better future for them, one where they could thrive and reach their full potential. She envisioned a life filled with opportunities and happiness for her boys. She instilled in them the values of kindness, hard work, and perseverance, hoping to equip them for the journey ahead. Linda's legacy was one of love, strength, and unwavering dedication to her family. The investigation into Linda's murder began immediately. Police descended upon the apartment complex, their every move scrutinized by anxious residents peering from behind drawn curtains. Detectives meticulously combed through Linda's apartment, searching for any clue that could lead them to her killer. They interviewed neighbors, friends, and family, hoping to piece together the events leading up to her death. Despite their efforts, the investigation seemed to hit one dead end after another. There were no signs of forced entry, suggesting that Linda may have known her attacker. Whispers of a possible suspect began to circulate through the community, fueled by speculation and fear. The investigation dragged on, days turning into weeks, weeks into months, with no concrete leads. The lack of answers only deepened the mystery surrounding Linda's death. The community grew restless, their initial shock morphing into a simmering frustration. Linda's family, meanwhile, grappled with the unbearable pain of losing her, their grief compounded by the lack of closure. They clung to the hope that justice would be served, that Linda's killer would be found and held accountable. The unsolved murder of Linda Slaten cast a long shadow over the once peaceful community. Fear became a constant companion, lurking in the shadows, whispering in the wind. Parents no longer allowed their children to play outside alone, their laughter replaced by an unsettling silence. Neighbors, once quick to offer a friendly wave, now averted their gaze, their faces etched with suspicion and unease. The fabric of the community, once woven with threads of trust and camaraderie, began to fray at the edges. The shared sense of security that had once bound them together was irrevocably broken. The unsolved murder served as a stark reminder of the fragility of life, the ever-present potential for darkness to encroach upon their idyllic existence. The weight of the unsolved murder pressed down on the community, suffocating their spirit. The once vibrant neighborhood gathering ceased, replaced by an unspoken agreement to retreat behind closed doors, seeking solace within the confines of their own homes. The fear that had taken root in their hearts continued to grow, threatening to consume them entirely. For Linda's family, the pain of her loss was a heavy burden to bear. Each day was a painful reminder of her absence, a constant ache in their hearts. Her parents, their faces etched with grief, struggled to come to terms with the senseless loss of their daughter. Their home, once filled with Linda's infectious laughter and her boundless energy, now felt unbearably empty. Linda's sons, robbed of their mother's love at such a young age, faced a future shrouded in uncertainty and sorrow. They missed her gentle touch, her comforting words, and the way she made everything seem all right. They carried the weight of their grief with a stoicism that belied their tender years, their childhood innocence forever shattered by the tragedy. The boys often found themselves lost in memories of happier times, clinging to the fragments of joy that Linda had left behind. The void left by Linda's absence was ever present, a constant reminder of the life that had been cruelly cut short. Her laughter, her voice, and her presence were now just echoes in the halls of their home. The family navigated their grief as best they could, clinging to the memories of Linda's warmth, her kindness, and her unwavering love. They found comfort in the small things she left behind, like her favorite book or the scent of her perfume lingering in the air. They found solace in sharing stories of her life, keeping her spirit alive in their hearts. Through their pain, they vowed to honor her memory by living their lives to the fullest, embracing each day with a newfound appreciation for the precious gift of life. They knew that Linda would have wanted them to find joy again, to laugh, to love, and to live fully. Her legacy was not just in the memories they cherished, but in the way they chose to move forward, carrying her spirit with them in every step they took. As the years turned into decades, the passage of time did little to heal the wounds left by Linda's tragic and untimely death. Each tick of the clock, each flip of the calendar page was a stark reminder of the justice that had yet to be served. The case remained cold, a haunting enigma that seemed to mock the efforts of those who sought to solve it. The trail had gone cold, leaving behind a chilling silence that echoed through the lives of those who loved her. The leads had dried up, and the hope of finding Linda's killer seemed to dwindle with each passing year. Yet, for Linda's sons, the pain of her loss was a daily reality. They grew up with the heavy weight of her unsolved murder hanging over them, a shadow that darkened their brightest moments. The desire for justice never faded. It was a fire that burned within them, fueled by memories of their mother's love and the injustice of her untimely death. They carried the burden of her unsolved murder, a constant reminder of the unanswered questions and the unpunished crime. One of her sons, in particular, refused to let the memory of his mother fade or the case grow cold. He dedicated himself to keeping Linda's story alive, a mission that became his life's purpose. He held on to her memory with a fierce determination, refusing to let the world forget the woman who had given him life. He organized candlelight vigils, standing in solidarity with others who had lost loved ones to violence. He became a beacon of hope for those who had also been left in the dark, his unwavering dedication a testament to the enduring power of a son's love. Regularly contacting law enforcement, he urged them to re-examine the case, to look at it with fresh eyes and renewed determination. He spent countless hours researching similar cases, poring over forensic reports and studying every detail that might lead to a breakthrough. Determined to find any clue that might lead to a break in his mother's case, He left no stone unturned. He examined maps, connected dots, and scoured online databases, driven by an unwavering love for his mother and a burning desire for justice. He became an advocate for her case, speaking at vigils and organizing community events to raise awareness. His voice became a rallying cry for justice, a call to action that resonated with all who heard it. He spoke to the media, sharing his mother's story with the world, and used the power of social media to keep the spotlight on Linda's case. His unwavering dedication to finding his mother's killer was a testament to the enduring power of a son's love and his refusal to let her memory be forgotten. Through his tireless efforts, he kept hope alive, a beacon of light in the darkness, a reminder that love and determination can transcend even the coldest of cases.